Hello and welcome everyone. This is Noah, and in this video we're going to look at how to add and subtract rational functions. Alright, we've got 6 examples here where we want to add or subtract the rational expression. The first one that we have to look at is 6x over x plus 2 plus 12 over x plus 2. If we're adding fractions, the first thing we need is a common denominator. And in this first example, the x plus 2 in the bottom is already the same, so I don't need to worry about that at all. All we're going to do then is add the tops together because it's a plus in the middle. So we'll have 6x plus 12 over x plus 2. Add the tops and keep the bottom the same. Just like we would with regular fraction addition. Now I'll go ahead and factor if possible. And in our case we can pull that 6 out of the top to get x plus 2 over x plus 2, and then reduce and simplify. So the x plus 2's can cancel here, and this all simplifies down to just 6. It's kind of nice. So that's what we're going to be doing here. We're going to see things get a little more complicated as we need to find common denominators, and the simplification process or the factoring could get a little bit more complicated, but that process we're just going to replicate in So part B, we have 2 over y plus 3 times y plus 1 plus 1 over y plus 3. So again, that's 2 over y plus 3 times y plus 1 is all in the denominator. And the y plus 3 and the y plus 1 are in parentheses, and then plus 1 over y plus 3. Now this doesn't quite have the same denominator. The second fraction is missing the y plus 1 from it. So what we want to do is we're going to multiply top and bottom by y plus 1 to get our common denominator. So now we have 2 over y plus 3 times y plus 1 plus y plus 1 over y plus 3 times y plus 1. And then be careful, don't reduce here. We want to add. We put the y plus 1 there so that we could add them. We now have a common denominator. So now we'll add the tops. That'll give us a y plus 3, right? Add the like terms. The 2 and the 1 make a 3. And then keep the bottom the same. So we'll have y plus 3 times y plus 1. Now we can reduce. So you reduce after adding. So we can cancel the y plus 3. On top, that y plus 3 reduces to a 1. So we'll have a 1 on top over the y plus 1 is left over on the bottom. So a common mistake is that people will just write the y plus 1. This is not okay. The y plus 1 is in the denominator. It should be in the denominator. And this is indicating that the y plus 1 is in the numerator. So that doesn't work. We have to keep the y plus 1 in the denominator. In fact, I'm going to move that area like that. There we go. Right, we don't want to switch it to the numerator here just because the top got canceled. That stays in the bottom, the top becomes a 1. And think of it like reduction is really a division process. When we divide y plus 3 by y plus 3, we get 1, right? We don't get 0. We don't get that it disappears. They reduce to 1. All right, let's go on to part C here. Looks like I've got I don't know where that came from. That's okay. All right, this one we have 3 over y plus 2 minus 6y over y squared minus 4. So this gets a little more interesting because I need to begin by factoring the denominator if you need to. So this is a new step 1. If you need to. And this to see what we need for the common denominator. What we need for the common denominator. So y squared minus 4 is a difference of squares. That's a y plus 4 times a y minus 4. Or, I'm sorry, y plus 2, y minus 2. And the first fraction already has the y plus 2. So we need to multiply it by the y minus 2 so that we have our common denominator. This then gives us 3y minus 2 over y minus 2, y plus 2, minus 6y over y minus 2, y plus 2. That order doesn't matter because it's multiplication. So I can switch those two without any consequence. All right, now we can go ahead and add them together because we have our common denominator. So I have 3y minus 6y is negative 3y. And I still have the minus 2. That didn't have any like terms to combine with it. And we've got the y minus 2, y plus 2 on the bottom. I do want to note that this does not equal negative 3y minus 2 over y minus 2, y plus 2. If we did that, that negative would go to both terms on top. That would be negative 3y plus 2 all over y minus 2, y plus 2. So be careful how we write this. Don't let that minus fall off the edge there. Make sure your fraction bar goes underneath it so that that minus is with that 3y. We can pull the negative off, but if we do, then it would be a 3y plus 2 on top. So that if the negative distributed across the top, it would get us back to the negative 3y and the minus 2 there. Just give myself a little more space for that down there. All right. Cool. And there's no other factorization, so there's no other reduction that we can do in that. There's no common factors top and bottom, and there's no factorization to be done in any of those. So we're done there. All right, part D. This one doesn't look too bad. We have 1 over t minus 2 minus 4 over t squared minus 4. It's kind of similar to what we just had. 1 over t minus 2, that doesn't need anything, but we are going to factor the denominator of the second one. We'll have 4 over t minus 2 times t plus 2, or t plus 2 times t minus 2. Let's do it that way. Not that it really matters. That just tells us that we want to multiply the first fraction by t plus 2, top and bottom, so that we can get that common denominator that we're looking for of t plus 2 times t minus 2. On top, we'll now have t plus 2 for the first fraction. The second fraction didn't change anything there. The 4 just stays. We have t plus 2 times t minus 2 on the bottom. Now we'll go ahead and add the fractions. We have our common denominator, so we can keep that the same, t plus 2 times t minus 2. And then on top, the t doesn't have any like terms, but the 2, we have a plus 2 minus 4 will give us a minus 2. Here we do have another reduction. We can cancel the t minus 2's. and we'll have a 1 on top over t plus 2. So again, keep that t plus 2 on the denominator. It doesn't suddenly become in the top just because we canceled the top. The top canceled to a 1. And that's it. Nothing else to do there. All right. 2 more problems for our examples here before we give you some problems to try on your own. Let's look at part E. We have negative 18y over y squared plus 4y minus 5 minus 3y over y plus 5. Let's go ahead and factor that first denominator. I've got 18y on top over y times something. So we've got y squared plus 4y minus 5 in the bottom. So we're going to need a 1 and a 5 down there. Those are our only options. We want a positive 4, so I want a plus 5 and a minus 1. Those add to positive 4 and multiply to negative 5. We have a minus 3y over y plus 5. And we want a common denominator, so I'm going to multiply top and bottom by the y minus 1 that we see in the first one, so that we will end up with our common denominator. Now, one thing that I want to take a second to talk about is this minus in front of that 18y over y minus 1 times y plus 5. Let me just note that if I had like negative 2/3, this is equivalent to negative 2 divided by 3 or 2 divided by negative 3. So I can take a negative in front and I can put it on top or bottom, but not both. If I had negative 2 over negative 3, this would equal a positive 2/3, not a negative. So I'm going to take this negative in front here and just put it up with the 18y. So I have negative 18y over y minus 1 times y plus 5. And then minus, up here I'm going to have a 3y squared minus 3y all over our y plus 5 times y minus 1. Now we can put them together because we've got our common denominator. Y minus 1 and y plus 5 are the two factors on the denominator. The order doesn't matter here at all. And then on top we want to look at combining like terms. So I have a negative 3y squared. This minus distributes to both of these. In fact, I'm going to write this out like this. I'm going to bring down the negative 18y, and I have a minus 3y squared and then a plus 3y. This is where a lot of people trip up here. So careful right in here that you distribute that minus across so that when we add our like terms on top, we get a negative 3y squared minus 15y. Negative 18y plus 3y is negative 15y over y minus 1 times y plus 5. Now I'm noticing that the top factors further, so there's more to do here. So much more, I want to give myself some more space. Okay, so I can factor out a negative 3y from the top. I'll be left with a y plus 5 over the y minus 1 times y plus 5. So I can cancel again. And this will give us negative 3y over y minus 1. And we could also write this as the negative in front, 3y over y minus 1. Here it doesn't matter because that negative we could put in front or on top. They're the same thing, because there's no distribution on top that we have to worry about. So we'll just say either or. So that was definitely a little bit more involved. Make sure you've got that figured out. Rewind if you need to see all those steps. One more example. How you try problem. X plus 2 or x minus 2, all minus 7. So the 7 social space. The 7 is really over 1, right? So as I think about what all the denominators need, they need an x plus 2 and they need an x minus 2. So the 6x over x plus 2, we'll multiply that top and bottom by x minus 2. The second term, x over x minus 2, that needs an x plus 2 still. So I'll multiply that top and bottom to get that common denominator. And then the 7 over 1, that needs both. It needs the x minus 2 and it needs the x plus 2. So we'll do that top and bottom, x minus 2, x plus 2. Then I'll go ahead and look at the first fraction. 6x times x minus 2 will be 6x squared minus 12x over the x plus 2 times x minus 2. Don't multiply those. We might want to reduce later. Plus x times x plus 2 is x squared plus 2x all over the x minus 2 times x plus 2 minus 7 times x squared minus 4, right? The x minus 2, x plus 2 multiplies to x squared minus 4. So I'm doing that there because I'm going to distribute the 7 so that I can combine like terms on top. Still have the x minus 2 times x plus 2 on the bottom here. And then I'm going to look at combining like terms on top. I'll add all the numerators together. 6x squared minus 12x plus x squared plus 2x. Then I'm going to have a minus 7x squared and a plus 28, because this minus 7 distributes to both the x squared and the minus 4. That negative goes with that 7, so that becomes a plus 28. Now this is all over x plus 2 times x minus 2. Whew. All right. Let's go ahead and combine like terms on top. Now I've got 6x squared plus x squared is 7x squared, but we're going to subtract 7x squared. So all the x squareds are going to cancel out. Now I've got negative 12x plus 2x is negative 10x. And then bring down the 28. And then we'll have the x plus 2 and x minus 2 on the bottom. And that top does factor. I'll go ahead and do that. We can pull out a negative 2. We'll have 5x minus 14 all over the x plus 2, x minus 2. But nothing's going to reduce there, so we can just leave it just like that. All right, that is it. Next video, we will see you soon.